Hey, it's Brandon, and welcome to Retro Reactions, a place where I experience amazing music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s for the very first time. And today we have another new artist alert for the channel. Yes, we're headed all the way back to 1967, 1971, 1972, and 1975 to listen to Life is a Minestrone by 10cc, Conquistador Live by Procol Harum, Golden Country by REO Speedwagon, Adventure by Yes, and Requiem for the Masses by The Association. And this video comes courtesy of my amazing supporter here and over on Patreon, Rob Heckman. Thank you so much once again, Rob, for all your support. This is his I Haven't Heard That in a While playlist, so it'll be nice for me to discover all these for the first time, and it'll be nice to dip into some late 60s, early 70s for the most part, except for that 1975 tune. Excited. I've heard all these bands except for The Association, so I know I'm going to get greatness. All right, we'll start with Life is a Minestrone by 10cc. Comes from the album The Original Soundtrack. It conveys that human existence is a rich, unpredictable, and chaotic mixture of countless different experiences. Ain't that the truth? We can all relate. Let us go. Love this band. Ooh, another fade in.
I'm dancing on the White House lawn, sipping tea by the Taj Mahal at dawn, hanging around the gardens of Babylon. Minnie Mouse has got it all sewn up. She gets more fan mail than the Pope. She takes the Mickey out of all my phobias, like signing checks to ward off double pneumonia. Life is a minestrone, served up with pommes and cheese. Death is a cold lasagna, suspended in deep freeze. served up with bombers and cheese. And there's a golden lasagna suspended in a deep freeze. Nothing's a minestrone served up with bombers and cheese. And there's a golden lasagna suspended in deep freeze. Minestrone.
Wow. I've known of this song title for quite a while. It's been on, my request list. I can't get to these bands too often these days with so many, probably over 1,000 artists on my channel. I don't know, but wow. Totally delivered. Worth the wait. What a unique song. They have so many unique songs. No exception here. I was getting 60s vibes for sure. Very cool, especially since we're in 1975. Bright summer vibes from the get-go, especially the verses. I was getting a lot of Beach Boys influence, at least in my ears. Again, playful, summer, breezy, carefree, and so much fun. Kind of a theatrical feel to me as well. But the chorus... even more crazy fun, full of joy, so big and bright. Of course, connected with those clever lyrics, especially in the chorus. I kind of learned it quicker than I normally learn words. Minestrone, lasagna, I'm thinking of Italian food, I'm getting hungry. Very cool. So creative. Just again, so unique, like so many of their songs, a few that I've heard and tons that I've yet to hear. I love the drumming here. There was a lot of intense but soft toned drums, if that makes sense. Very cool. Bold, bright piano slides, those shiny guitar strums. This had it all. It just was like a rolling nonstop ball of fun. Wow. Yeah, chorus, probably my favorite part. It put a big smile not only on my face, but all over me from head to toe. And then, of course, the ending, a top song moment. I had to write it down. It's 4 times, minestrone. Very memorable. A cherry on top of this 10cc soup. Wow. Loved it. It's getting the Epic Platinum Record Award, of course, for Life is a Minestrone. Wow. So cool. No surprise. I know what this band is capable of. I'm sure I've already heard some of their best. All right, next up, Conquistador by Procol Harum. Another one that's been on my list forever. I think I never got to it on my channel here because it's a 60s song, and I mostly focus on 1970 through 1999. So great to finally be able to experience it, and I have a feeling this version will be better than the original. The original comes from the album Procol Harum, but this live version comes from Procol Harum live in concert with the Edmonton Symphony Orchestra. Orchestra, that says it all. The song uses imagery of a fallen Spanish conqueror to explore the arrogance of ambition, the harsh realities of mortality, and the ultimate equalizer of time. Very cool. I expect it's going to have Spanish flair. The original, I think, is very short, so I'm glad that this one's, I think, around 5 minutes. I'm hoping we get some good orchestra here, and did I mention I hope we get some Spanish flavor in the music? Time to find out, finally. Trumpets, maybe? Oh, I hear that orchestra. Nice. Is this the opening song of the concert, I wonder? Probably. I don't know.
You ready? Oh, after you. No, he got it.
Come on, Gary, deliver. I know you are. I know you will.
Off now. Conquistador, your stallion stands in need of company. And like some angel's haloed brow, you reek of purity. I see your armor-plated breast has long since lost its sheen. And in your death mask face, there are no signs which can be seen. Though I hope for something to find, I can see no place to unwind. Twisted door, a vulture sits upon your silver sheet, and in your rusty scabbard now, the sand has taken seed. And though your jewel encrusted blade has not been understood, the sea has washed across your face, taken of its spell. Though I hope for something to find, I can see no place to unwind. Though I hope for something to find, I can see no place to unwind.
Very evocative.
Twisted door, there is no time. I must pay my respects. And though I came to jeer at you, I leave now with regrets. And as the gloom begins to fall, I see there is no only all. I know you came when soul held high. You did not conquer, only die. Though I hope for something to find, I can see no place to unwind. Though I hope for something to find, I can see no place to unwind. And though I hope for something to find, I can see no place to unwind.
Wow. I get it. I get it now. I shouldn't assume, but I'll go ahead and assume this is somewhat close to the studio album version. I would suspect there's less orchestra or no orchestra on the studio since we have a full one here. But the song, great. Like I said, I have a feeling this live performance with orchestra makes it even better. So much to love here. Wow. Probably sounded a little different than I expected. But, just like with 10cc, you never know what to expect with this band. Love them. I remember Grand Hotel. That was a crazy good song. And I've done a few others that have been great. Anyway, back to this one. Dramatic staccato strings. Love that vibe. The trumpet arrived right away as I predicted. I'm already sold, of course. Gary Brooker, sounding perfect as always live, just like the studio. I know I've heard him once before live. I reacted to A Wider Shade of Pale. I think that's what it's called. I used to think it was Winter Shade of Pale. But yeah, Wider Shade, great performance there. So I knew what an amazing live singer he is. Great melodies through the whole song, especially in those vocals. Always love a great, memorable vocal melody. Everything's so dynamic, vibrant. Once again, a bit theatrical to me. Very cool. Everything was great, but I think the chorus, was it the chorus? I was so lost in the music, I wasn't really keeping track. But the whole echoes / Phantom of the Opera chord progression, do 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 do, whatever that was, very not too common, but I'm so familiar with it. I love it. I loved it here. Yes, yes. So if that was the chorus, probably my favorite part. I pointed it out. Yeah, the song, evocative, like I mentioned, it transported me to Spain, to the outdoors, to long ago. Absolutely loved it. And another cherry on top at the end, that shouting organ melody surprise. Just love that. Sounded absolutely beautiful. The whole thing perfect. I can see, Rob, why you wanted me to do this one. So, I'll mix the song and the performance together, and it's getting the Double Epic Platinum Record Award so easily for Conquistador Live by Procol Harum. Wow. Once again, Christmas coming early seems to happen just about every day on this channel in my life. All right. Now another band that I'm glad to get back to after a long time, I'm guessing. Golden Country by REO Speedwagon. Comes from the album REO/TWO. It's a protest song that acts as a biting critique of the United States, touching on themes of hypocrisy, inequality, and apathy. Dark stuff, true stuff, still true today, of course. So let's see what the music sounds like. Heavy already.
Golden country, your face is so red. With all of your money, your poor can be fed. You stall around and you flirt with disaster, and never really caring just what comes after. Well, your blacks are dying, but your back is still turned, and your freaks are crying, but your back is still turned. You better stop your hiding, or your country will burn. And the time has come for you, my friend. To all this ugliness, we must put an end. rich people, you crawl to
So
your
cool.
homes. Your security lies in your bed of white foam. You act concerned, but then why turn away when a lady was raped on your doorstep today? Oh, well, your blacks are crying, but your back is still turned, and your freaks are dying, but your back is still turned. You better stop your hiding, or your country will burn. The time has come for you, my friend, to all this ugliness, so we must put an end. And before we leave, we must make a stand. Oh, yeah.
Thought it was almost over.
Golden country, your face is so red. With all of your money, your poor can be fed. You start around and you flirt with disaster, and never really caring just what comes after. Oh, well, your blacks are dying, but your back is still turned, and your freaks are crying, but your back is still turned. You better stop your hiding, or your country will burn. Yeah, well, the time has come for you, my friend, and to all this ugliness, so we must put an end. Before we leave, we must make a stand. Oh, yeah. The time has come for you, my friend, to all this ugliness, so we must put an end. And before we leave, we must make a stand. Oh, we must make a stand. Oh, yeah.
$1972, right? Wow. And let's go to their discography. Definitely know their top 3. Can't Fight This Feeling, Keep on Loving You, Take It on the Run. This sounds nothing like any of those, which is great. Showing such diversity. Of course, we're so much earlier than those 80s hits, so it makes sense. But wow, very unexpected. A lot of surprises. Interesting song for sure. We start with this heavy but groovy rock. Very cool. Definitely one of my favorite parts of the song. I'm calling it those water droplet organ melodies. So soft, kind of like pouncing gently like water droplets as it does its melody. That was happening in the verses. A great cool down moment that we got several times in this song. So I'm like, is this the same lead singer as those 80s hits? I probably think it is, but he sounds pretty different. Of course, again, way sooner, voices evolve. Maybe you guys can confirm or not. I would guess it's the same gentleman. Wow. Sharp electric guitars coming in and out. Really snappy, bright bass tones as well. A really nice song journey. I like that the chorus was pretty different from the verses. That's not always the case. Great contrast there. Later in the song, I love that wailing electric guitar solo. It was big and full of angst. Yes, yes, so expressive. Then the tempo speeds up as if we weren't already intense enough. Just big musical chaos. That's never a bad thing in most cases for me, including here. Wow. One of the things that struck me the most about this song, so many moments of tension build up in the instrumentation over and over throughout the song with those do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do on different instruments, rising. Wow. And then we get to the coda. Speaking of that topic, the way it just kept repeating over and over, almost relentless instrumentation. Don't think I've ever used that word, relentless, for the music. It was just over and over. So unique. Again, a big, memorable way to end. And those last notes, rising up and up to the final grand finale note, boom. You know, classic rock ending there, but again, all that makes this song so unique, very enjoyable, very different, especially for REO. I'll give it 5 super shiny golden records, a big A+ for Golden Country by REO Speedwagon. All right, what is next? Yes, it's their turn this weekend, yesterday, and so it's actually pretty funny. I'll share this story. I was going to film Rob's 5 songs plus Yes, because I don't want to skip them. And I chose this song, Adventure, on my own a couple days ago, or yesterday maybe. Was going to be an extra song, to release separately on the channel today. Then I go to Rob's list and see this exact song is on there. So I'm like, oh, wow, what a coincidence. Killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Anyway, that was a nice tangent there. Back to the song. Comes from the Yes album. It's a reflective, fable-like song about the importance of actively experiencing life, all of its joys and adventures. A beautiful message. Their messages are always beautiful, powerful, so many about life itself, the human experience, and then you add their beautiful instrumentation, always interesting, and of course, their legendary top-tier skills of delivering the music. It's a recipe for guaranteed success. Let us check it out. I think it's a shorter one. Let's see. Oh, under 4 minutes. Wow. For Yes, I'm not used to that. And it's early Yes, one of the first few albums. So let's see what it's all about. I know it's going to be great. So many fade-ins in this set of songs.
Once a peaceful man laid his own head down by a river, thought about his childhood life and father
Yeah, Chris. I think that's bass. What did I just hear? I loved it, but what band was that? Wow. Wow. Shocked. I love being shocked with music, especially with an artist that I've heard so many songs from. Definitely quite different. So first of all, this fade-in piano, lovely sounding, lovely melodies, a lot of fade-ins, like I said, in this set of songs. Maybe just a coincidence, Rob, but I love that fact. You know, fade-outs are common, fade-ins not as common. Then the first big surprise, this jazzy theatrical piano, jazzy overall vibes. I'm like, I'll take it. I love it. Great harmonies as usual, very plentiful here. I think with the harmonies, even some of the instrumentation, I was getting a little bit of shades of the band America. Just, you know, something that they might do in the same vein, you know, tonally. Very cool. Really interesting tempo and groove here. I'm calling it a strutting groove. Doon, 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 doon. And then everything just goes on top of it. Delicious. Then something super rare. John's vocals fade out, but the instrumentation stays at full volume. I've rarely heard anything like that, if ever. I'm sure I have, but such a cool musical choice there. I love that. He just drifts away, and then the instrumentation, you know, does its thing in a big way. It's an awesome grand finale. This kind of jazzy piano is back for a full solo. That was divine. I think a little electric guitar during the fade out. What an interesting song journey. Loved it. It's easily getting the Epic Platinum Record Award. Yes, for A Venture by Yes. Wow, mind blown. I know it's not the last new vibe that I've yet to hear from them, so shouldn't be too surprised. All right, and now the grand finale of this reaction. Requiem for the Masses by The Association. The only band I'm hearing for the first time. Quite exciting. I know I've heard the name over the years, but never explored their songs, not even their hits. And I guess my radio never played them when I used to listen to radio. Anyway, this one comes from the album Insight Out. It serves as a musical prayer for soldiers killed in the Vietnam War. It juxtaposes the violent spectacle of war with traditional Catholic funeral liturgy. Wow, that should be interesting. A very reverent song, clearly. The topic matter, well, nothing needs to be said, but let's check it out.
Mama, forget your pies. Have faith they won't get cold. Then turn your eyes to the bloodshot sky. Your flag is flying full. At half-mast for the matadors who turned their backs to please the crowd, and all fell before the bull. Red was the color of his blood flowing thin. Pallid white was the color of his lifeless skin. Blue was the color of the morning sky. He saw looking up from the ground where he died. It was the last thing ever seen by him. eyes, have faith they won't get cold. And turn your eyes to the bloodshot sky your flag is flying for. At half-mast for the matadors who turn their backs to please the crowd. And all fell before the bull. Black and white were the figures that recorded him. Black and white was the newsprint he was mentioned in. Black and white was the question that so bothered him. He never asked, he was taught not to ask what was on his lips as they buried him.
That was actually incredible, Rob. I know you weren't sure what I might think about it, but I loved it. Again, so unique, different. I love different, but so many other adjectives. Wow, wow. Wow. Okay. So, wow. A solemn drum roll to start it out and kind of to end it out, but we'll get there later. Just the drum roll, nothing else. I love that. Just showing how, quiet and solemn and important a subject it is, setting the tone, of course, for war, military, etc. But then other vibes join in beautifully, like this beautiful choir. I think they're singing Latin, of course. We're talking about, Catholicism, music from way back. Wow. The lead singer sounding amazing. His voice very smooth, pretty deep register, but bold as well. I loved his big vibrato. I drew it out. Sometimes it's small or, goes long, but his was very defined. I love that. Definitely memorable. So yeah, this one was kind of a combination of different things, kind of like folk rock, when he's singing, nothing too harsh, of course. Very fitting. Then the military side of it, especially with sound effects, the horn, whatever that was, the drumming that comes in throughout the song, maybe one other sound, I can't remember. And then the third thing, those solemn church melodies, beautifully sung, everything just weaved in and out together to make a brilliant song. So memorable. Wow, I loved it once again. And then you put a great lyrical storytelling on top of it, those metaphors about the matador versus the soldiers. Just such a well thought out, beautiful journey, lyrically and instrumentation wise. And then let's see, something very rare. The song is short, a little over 4 minutes, but this time it seemed like a much longer song. I love that. I guess I just got lost in it. The way it slowly moves in different parts, those pauses, just everything so captivating, intriguing, memorable. Wow. And then just like the beginning, I loved at the end, we end on a war lament melody kind of on the left with the drums. Again, quiet in the distance, but so reverent and so very important. Wow. Really great song. Glad I got to hear it. And I'm sure I'd love a lot of other songs by the association. So due to, of course, the topic, the important, deep topic of, Vietnam War, soldiers, all the loss that happened, all the trauma, etc., plus the beautiful instrumentation, the beautiful song arrangement. I love that. The mix of those three genres, vibes that I talked about. And of course, the gorgeous lead vocals and the gorgeous choirs. Everything just perfect. Everything fit together perfectly. I just changed my score. It's getting the Double Epic Platinum Record Award. Yes, not the Epic. Double Epic for Requiem for the Masses by the Association. What a nice surprise. What a big song, in a way. Not audibly, not dynamically, but a big song to end this set of 5 wonderful songs. Wow. Yeah, double epic for Requiem for the Masses by the Association. I think I already said that. Anyway, it's worth saying again. So thank you to everyone involved in these awesome songs from 10cc, Procol Harum, REO Speedwagon, yes, the Association, and of course, Rob Heckman. As always, you gave me 5 brilliant songs. Thank you so much. All right, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below. If you wish to chat about these 5, I would love to know what you think. So you take care, stay safe, stay hydrated, and remember to let peace, calm, and light into your day and night. And I'll see you next time in the past.